Caribbean food is great, but it takes so much time to make Caribbean food. You don't just whip it up like that to get those kinds of flavors. So with our condiments, people can pop a jar and use it as a flavor enhancer. My name is Resa Solomon St. Louis, and my company is Bacchanal. We specialize in Caribbean lifestyle foods, excited about creating that intersection between Caribbean food, Caribbean lifestyle through food, and our Canadian culture. More recently, I was really excited to have been identified by Food Network Canada as one of the top women-led food businesses in Canada. We've got different flavors and different palates. So for example, our sweet jerk sauce is sweet and spicy. Our cranberry sorrel compote is sweet and tangy. We have a spicy jerk marinade, a very spicy West Indian pepper sauce. Our Trini style flavors are our roasted tomato choka sauce and tamarind rum sauce. Choka is a way of cooking certain types of vegetables, the more fruity kind. It's roasted with garlic, sea salt, a dried chili or dried cayenne pepper, and cumin. You get a really interesting savory flavor, really is very bountiful. Often it is used as a side dish in Trinidad and Tobago. By turning it into a sauce, it makes it more versatile. I'm a child of immigrants, and I'm very much aware of the sacrifice and everything that my parents gave up when they moved here from Trinidad and Tobago to create a better life for themselves and for their future generations. And I really feel that I owe it to them for everything that they gave me to do my best. My name is Resa Solomon St. Louis, and I'm the chef and owner of Bacchanal Taste the Caribbean Lifestyle right here in Ottawa. Welcome to my kitchen. You might normally find me at my commercial kitchen on Gaspé Avenue. We're located right in the heart of Manor Park, but today I'm excited to welcome you into my home because for me, cooking starts at home with my friends, with my family. They give me awesome feedback, and it's really what inspired me, first of all, to become a chef. So sometimes you might see us out at farmers markets, different pop-ups, events, festivals, and we also love to do catering and prepared meals. And speaking of farmers markets, let's check and see what we've got today from our local farmers as well as some of our local processors around the city. Okay, so today we have a beautiful olive oil from the unrefined olive. We have some nice fresh vegetables from Ottawa street markets, and I think it's always a great idea to take advantage of local fresh produce whenever you can, in the summer, spring, and the fall. I mean, it's so bountiful right here in our region. We have fantastic produce in Ontario, and Ottawa Street Markets has a number of locations all across the city. And the other thing is that you'll also find local processors. And what I mean is that, for example, at Bacchanal, we make different sauces and spice blends that we use in our food, but where possible, we also try to support our local farmers and incorporate their ingredients into our dishes. So especially during the spring and summer when all of those fruits and vegetables are bountiful, even Scotch bonnet peppers, believe it or not, we're excited to incorporate that into what we make and then bring that to you and some more local flavor through our dishes. So we've got some great ingredients here, and we're going to use some of these for today's menu. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a Caribbean fusion dish. We are making a jerk chicken pasta. We're going to do a garlic bread, and then we're going to round it all out with a nice little drink. So let's get to cooking. So we're ready to make our jerk chicken pasta. So this is a very simple, easy, busy weeknight, even quick weekend dish. And let me tell you, actually, something even better than that is you can make this in the backyard, or if you head out to the park or something like this, what you can do is put all of the ingredients, instead of putting it into the oven, you can load them into a foil pan and put that right on top of a grill on a low heat. Or you can even take it for something like if you're heading up to the cottage, or if you're going skiing and it's, you know, your first night there, you don't want to line up and it's you just want to sit back and relax, have everything prepped, toss it into the oven when you get there, and it's a quick and easy dinner. And we make it even easier because at Bacchanal, we make a couple of ingredients that are great for quick meals, including our pulled jerk chicken. And of course, you don't have to use jerk chicken for this. You can use any kind of, I would recommend like roasted chicken or like kind of leftover chicken that you have. But the jerk chicken is nice because it's already very well seasoned. Gives a little bit of a spice to what you're doing, but not overwhelming. And we sell pulled jerk chicken in a 750 ml container, which is, you know, not quite a liter. And it's great for something like this because I would say, you know, 40% of what you need to do is already prepped. And then you can just toss it into the pasta like we're going to do today. And so we're freshening it up with some nice fresh peppers that we got from the market. And all I've got to do is boil my pasta, and you'll see that the rest of the ingredients are quite simple. This is such an easy, simple dish to make. You could even have your kids make this for you. And we'll talk about some vegetarian, gluten-free, and vegan options in just a moment. So first thing we want to do is we're going to get our pasta going. So I've got a pot of boiling water here, and I like to use whole grain pasta where I can, because that's just an easy way to kind of like, even though you're going to have the carbs, I'm just tossing in a dash of olive oil and a little bit of salt for flavor, and a bit of olive oil. And now what I'm going to do is put this on the back burner. So I'm putting the pasta on to boil while we're making our sauce. What we've got there is a whole grain pasta. Whole grain pasta is an easy way to get some more nutrients into what you're eating. You've made a decision already to have the carbs, and that's fine. We're doing that. We're okay with that. But you know, nobody can tell the difference really when you're eating if you're using white flour pasta or whole grain pasta. So give it a try and see if you like it. Of course, you know, a number of people are vegan or gluten-free. You can get a rice pasta for a gluten-free option, or a chickpea pasta. I would recommend rice though for the flavors in this dish. And then today we're going to be making a jerk chicken pasta. And as I said, we do provide a pulled jerk chicken option, but you can use any chicken or roasted chicken or leftover chicken that you want for this. And if you want to go with the vegan option, you can try our black bean, corn, and sweet potato salsa, or you can basically make use your own vegan ingredients and then just follow the same process. Of course, it's great with things like mushrooms, zucchini, peppers, more of a primavera feel, and you can go with that, or you can, get a little bit more adventurous with your vegetables. So I've just started off with a nice olive oil, and what I'm going to do now is start to layer in some flavor. So we're going to use our spice blend because, as we said, this is a jerk chicken pasta, so I'm going to be quite liberal with that. And then I'm going to throw in some salt, not too much because our jerk chicken does have tamari sauce in it, so that already has a salt element. So I'm just once that's heated up a little bit, I'm just going to turn it down. And of course, It's an Italian fusion. We want to have some garlic in there. Come on now. And I've got some sliced onion that I'm going to add in here. I love the caramelization of a red onion, that little hint of sweetness. So while that is simmering, I'll just show you what we've got here in terms of this is how our jerk chicken comes, our pulled jerk chicken. So it's all ready to go for wraps, salads, pastas. You can eat it on the side with rice, but today I love to make it into a pasta, you know, especially, and it's really something that a lot of people can enjoy. It's got all the flavor, but it's bringing the Caribbean flavors to you just in a little bit of a way that is very common in terms of, you know, the food that we eat right here in Canada, a little bit more traditionally, so, but with a little bit of a flair. And you can see the spices in here. So our jerk chicken has allspice, some other aromatic spices, Scotch bonnet, of course. We've got tamari sauce, and then we have a number of different dried spices like garlic, some oregano, paprika, some more dried onion. We've got fresh onion in here as well. So really it's quite flavorful in terms of what we're going to be able to get. So I can see that the chicken has absorbed a lot of the oil. What I'm going to do right now is add in some peppers, the peppers that we chopped up earlier. I've got like 1 pepper in here and about 2 cups of chicken. I like a lot of veg in my food, so you know, you kind of do it how you'd like to do it. And now I'm ready to add in some crushed tomato. Just gonna let that combine. And what we want to do now is, of course, add in some oregano. And again, I will be generous with it because I like to taste spices in my food. Some people like their spices more just to enhance a little bit, but my style of cooking is I do like to taste the flavor of the spices, and I consider kind of food more as like the medium for my spices in some ways. So now we're going to add in some water because it is a little bit thick. And we might adjust that a little bit to taste. So that is going to take a little bit of time just to simmer down. And while it's simmering, down, we're going to, the pasta is going to continue to cook. And of course, this is all going to go into the oven. So, I mean, there's no need to cook this for hours or anything like that. We already have flavor infused from the chicken, which is very well seasoned. And then we've added more seasonings to our sauce. I'm going to add a little bit more oregano here. So we'll let that simmer and then strain off our pasta, and we'll bring this all together in a moment. Okay, so our sauce is simmered down, and now what we're going to do is just combine it with the pasta, our nice whole grain pasta. So simple. Takes probably about, I want to say 20 to 30 minutes to simmer, and then you adjust it to taste. So now what I'm going to do is put it into this pan that we have ready here. And if you want, you can, if you like it cheesy, layer it with some cheese in between. And you know what? You can also do this like a lasagna. I would definitely recommend that you give that a try. maybe we'll do a lasagna option so you can see how we put that together. All right, so I'm putting some cheese in the middle, and then I'm going to put some cheese on top so that we really get all the cheese. I've done a mix of mozzarella and a marble cheese, so both fairly mild, but get a nice pull from the mozzarella for sure. So this is enough for, I think it would generously serve 4 people. And again, you can just put this on top in a foil pan, put it on the grill, put a lid on it, pack it before you heat it, so you could just cool down everything and then just layer it. And then it's a great to like kind of grab and go, bring it for potluck, have it nice and bubbly in the oven, or if you're going to be setting up somewhere on kind of like a DIY type vacation, which I love to do because I love to have a kitchen wherever I'm going where I can. It's an easy thing to do. Today I'm just going to put on just a couple of sprigs of fresh oregano. Again, you know, depends on the time of year, or if you have a nice kitchen garden, or maybe you're even, much respect to you if you have a kitchen garden or a garden in your backyard and you can get some nice oregano. I mean, we use oregano frequently, so it's nice to have a little bit fresh where we can. So I'm just going to load this into the oven. My oven is set at 400. You could put it at anywhere between 350 and 400 is great, and it's probably going to take about 20 minutes to melt. So now let's move on to our garlic bread. So one of my faves, but also so simple. I've got about half a cup of butter, and of course, easy way to make it vegan is use a vegan margarine, plant-based margarine, or a plant-based butter, and you can definitely have your vegan option. Even if you aren't vegan, of course, it's good for our planet and good for your health too, to look at options that are plant-based and substitute those where you can. So we're just going to let that simmer, and while that's simmering down, we are going to get our bread ready. So today I'm going to use a nice baguette. Gonna cut that in slices, and you can use, you know, French bread or Italian bread, whatever you prefer. I like a baguette, a little bit of, it's so easy to get the crunchy feel. And I'm doing a simple garlic bread today, but I also like a cheesy garlic bread, so you can toss on some cheese as well, whether it's Parmesan or some more mozzarella, up to you. That's always a nice little treat to have with the pasta. And I'm going to set up the bread. I'm only going to toast one side. And this is something that you want to pop into the oven just before you're ready to serve, because it's really only going to take like probably not even 5 minutes. And you're going to put it on the broil setting. And I think our garlic butter is pretty much ready. So, you know, you can let that sit if you want for up to 5 minutes. It's probably going to brown a little bit. But the main thing is here, you're getting the nice garlicky flavor from the fresh garlic, right? And then we're just going to be generous about it and brush that fresh garlic butter on our bread. It's a nice thing to do too, like maybe you have some leftover baguette from the day before. Don't bother wasting that. Make some garlic bread and something to go with it, whether it's pasta or chili or a nice salad. It's really simple. So today, you know, we're really kind of not mirroring, but we're really kind of blending up some favorite flavors here. A little bit of the jerk and a little bit of the Italian. I mean, who doesn't want that? All right, and it's so simple and so easy, so quick. Put that together with a salad and you've got a very balanced meal. So all you need to do with this is pop it into the oven just before you're ready to serve, about 5 minutes, so it's nice and fresh and ready to go. Keep an eye on it though, it is going to cook fairly quickly on broil, maybe not even 5 minutes. All right, so we're ready to go with our jerk chicken baked pasta dish. Here's what the final dish looks like. Nice and cheesy, everything is combined. You can see that this would make a perfect base also for a lasagna. We've got our garlic bread. Let's face it, sometimes you get a little bit of a char on it, so it's kind of up to you, but definitely keep an eye on it in the oven because it does bake really quickly. And this dish is really nicely rounded out by your favorite green or garden salad. So what are we going to drink with this? Today I'm going with a strawberry mint spritzer with a little hint of lemon in there. So we just have some fresh strawberries, a couple sprigs of mint. We're just going to combine this a little bit, release the juices, and I'm going to add in some sparkling water. Give that a little stir. Pour it off into this glass. You can strain it if the mint bothers you, if you don't want any fresh mint. Top it up a little bit. And we'll add in a little bit of Angostura bitters. Angostura bitters for some color and flavor. So there we go. Quick, easy, delicious, balanced. Enjoy.